Well, I'm trying to play my intro, but it's not playing. Don't know what. I hope these other stuff will play. Uh, I hope everybody's good tonight. Apologize for that. Don't know what happened. Don't know why it's doing that. It's this. I blame it on the stupid computer. Can y'all hear me? Am I visible? Okay. Well, I don't know what happened. I had this intro. If I can get it to play, I would like to play it and see what it's going to look like. But for whatever reason, it's not doing it. Man, that's aggravating. I don't know. But anyway, I'm going to try to play a news report concerning this girl that was kidnapped and recovered. And then we'll talk about her and the car they're looking for. And this, the weirdest spelling name I've seen, that Tiny. It's like almost Trusty is what they.
A missing teenager has been found safe.
Thing to play.
A missing teenager has been found safe after an Amber Alert had the whole.
They haven't fixed it.
A missing.
Well, I tell you, folks, I don't know what's the matter with this thing. We do want to touch on. We are still looking for Michael Vaughn, and see, I can't even. There he is. That Michael Vaughn. At least the Michael Vaughn picture's up there now. Maybe if these others will start happening once I start to do that. And we're still looking for Olivia Fowler. She is still missing also. And haven't heard anything on that. But before we talk about the girl that has been kidnapped and recovered, this happened in Tennessee, by the way, today or yesterday. This is an urgent Amber Alert. And if I can get it to come up, this mother took her daughter. She does not have custody of her, in Missoula, Montana. And they said that they believe this lady has got some type of mental breakdown and that she is going to hurt her daughter. So if this is the little girl missing, she's wild-eyed, this woman is. So they hope that everybody will get her out. They could be anywhere in the United States right now. They've had enough time to be way down in different parts of the United States. April the 15th, they could be anywhere, even into Canada. But they probably would have known if she went to Canada because she would have had to show ID before it gets out. But law enforcement have been in phone contact with Laura and believe that Laura may try to harm the girl. So obviously that she's talking out of her head. Currently suffering mental health episode, and this is the image they're putting out. They say that she may be driving a red 2000 Ford F-150 Montana license plate 285661 Alpha, and they encourage, if you see that vehicle anywhere, to approach with caution and call the police, because this girl could harm the child if she thinks she's cornered. And I wanted to talk about another thing too while we're trying to wait to see if some of this stuff is going to download. This is a sad situation I ran across. This is whose child is this? A body of a boy was found dead in southern Indiana woods. Do you think about that? Nobody's reported him missing. They found him on the basically today. This has been reported. They found the body of this young child in the woods, and nobody has came to say, "Hey, my child is missing." So that's a pretty sad situation in itself, right there. Hold on one second. I'll get Dina to call them back. This is in Indiana, Sellersburg, Indiana. Said it's been days since a young boy has been found dead in the southern Indiana on Saturday. Well, it's last Saturday probably. Still unavailable to identify him. Our number one goal at this point is to find the identity and name of the child. You think about that. Somebody would look like to me, if they got a child missing, they would report him missing. That's just odd. Said here that Sergeant Who's said Monday in a second press conference, the boy was found in Washington County. Said there's a chance that the boy, believed to be between 5 and 8 years old, could be from another state. So they think he might be a kidnapped child. Hello, Dina.
Hey.
I'm having some trouble with my app tonight. It didn't do as planned, so we're going over some stuff before we do the main one.
Right,
Also, here, Mr. Story called you and I didn't answer. So he could be kidnapped from another state. Hopefully they do have some DNA and they can run him and find out if his DNA is in the system. They seek the public's help, and the child's body was found in Washington County woods. And, getting to this, I hope it's not that boy then that we've been covering, Michael Vaughn. I mean, it says the child is between 5 and 8 years old. So there is a possibility with that. Well, that would be bad if it was. The area residents reportedly found the body. It's a black male, so it's not going to be Michael. Black male child near roadway in a heavily wooded area, eastern Washington County, at 7:30 p.m. Still, that's just sad that
Who is killing our babies?
They do not know who the child even is right now. It's very sad. Nobody has reported him. Let's see. Says he was somebody's custody, care for daily needs. Somebody was taking care of this little boy. Numerous tips have been came since the body was found, including several about a missing boy named Cody Bigsby from Hamilton, Virginia. We don't believe that this was to be a match. So that's pretty sad. I'll say hello to everybody.
Hey, everybody. I've been helping my dad hoe the garden and fertilize and all that stuff. Did you read this where it says, hey, y'all, did you hear they dropped charges on Barry Morphew today?
No, I did not hear that.
That's from TS.
If they did, that's probably what I said. They're probably going to reevaluate that case and file it later on when they can get some of these expert witnesses in. Does cat want in or out? Because I let him.
He wants out, but he can just wait.
Okay. No, I did not. I appreciate you sharing that. I will go back and look. I have not seen that.
Okay. I can't go back and say hi to each and every one of y'all that said hi to us. So I'm just going to say hello. I hope y'all have had a good week. We have. We are counting down 2 more days and we'll be headed to north.
Yeah, we got to go back down and get our generator looked at, and then we're headed north probably. But I've been still fighting off this. Appreciate your prayers, but
yes,
I have still been fighting off this bronchitis that's staying with me. It's just not wanting to leave.
I personally think he's got long COVID.
Yeah, but see, this did not happen when I had COVID, though.
It's been going on since you had COVID.
A little while after that.
Very little.
Okay.
Very little. It's beautiful outside.
Yeah.
There is a beautiful sunset here, guys.
Haven't been able to see it.
Hey,
Amber. Trying to stay in.
Gulf Coast Girl says, hey. Beach Bum, Teresa, Miss BB, all of y'all, thank you for welcoming us on here. And let's see who I'm missing. Karen, Chris, Steve Hill. You know, Steve Hill, one of the greatest pastors we ever knew.
Was named Steve Hill.
Was named Steve Hill, and
unfortunately, he is no longer with us.
He preached every Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday night for about 7 years. And we went every Thursday, Friday, Saturday night for 3 of those years.
Yeah, I was a part of his executive protection detail.
If you want to know anything about it, do the YouTube, the Brownsville Revival. Absolutely amazing outpouring of the Holy Spirit.
Okay, well, this is the main case that I wanted to cover, and it's kind of a weird case. And this was the message. This girl has been found as of this afternoon. It said Amber Alert issued for missing teenager as kidnappers demand $10,000 for return. Fears that missing Arkansas teen, and that's the weird first name, the way it's spelled. Kidnappers threatened to kill and cut her up. And we'll read about it. I wish I get this news report.
Been found?
Yes, she's been found. They're still looking for the people. She's in the hospital right now.
Really?
Good condition, yes. She's missing since went missing on April the 18th in Hot Springs, Arkansas, 17 years old. And she was working at a candy store named Pour Some Sugar on Me was the name of it. But you know, that's a weird thing, because that song Pour Some Sugar on Me is a song that they play in all these strip clubs. And the only reason I know that was because I worked Vice and narcotics for like 5 or 6 years, and that was a huge song in all these clubs that we unfortunately had to go in sometimes. This right here is the car that they are looking for. Come on. They're looking for this type of car. It's white.
Okay.
Nissan.
Where did this happen at? I'm sorry.
In Hot Springs, Arkansas.
Because that's a Tennessee tag.
Yeah, it was this.
And that's a new Tennessee tag.
Yes, they're looking for this car and tag.
I'm sorry, y'all. I've been out all day with Dad, so I have no idea. So y'all are hearing this as I'm hearing this.
This is the car they're looking for with this tag. Whether or not they've ran the tag and found out it's stolen, or I'm not sure, because they could pretty much find out who it is with that tag number. But they are looking currently for this tag. It says here the Amber Alert was issued for a missing Arkansas teen after she allegedly kidnappers wanted a $10,000 reward for a safe return. 17 leaving work. She was leaving work, and when a stranger came up and approached her, a female stranger, and said that she needed something about she was lost in her GPS, and the person working with her said, well, I'm going to go get my car in the garage. She went to get her car in the garage. When it came back, she was gone, which was stupid to leave her alone talking to anybody nowadays. But I guess female is kind of...
it's been deactivated.
You know, yeah, it's been deactivated because she's found.
Yeah.
The teen, being the female approaching, they didn't feel threatened. Let's see, police are still seeking the vehicle and a person of interest in a white Versa with Tennessee tags, and it gives that Tennessee tag. See, can you read that?
I'm trying. Which one?
Past the earlier.
Okay. An Amber Alert has been issued for a 17-year-old girl who was last seen leaving the place where she worked in Hot Springs on Monday night. So this was last night.
Mm-hmm.
How do you?
I don't know how to
Trytntee. I don't know where they came up with that name. Trytntee case's phone was pinged and last seen headed south on Arkansas 7 and Hot Springs toward Arkadelphia, according to Hot Springs police. Case is described as a white female, approximately 5'6" and weighing 115 pounds, with brown hair and hazel eyes, according to the news release. She was last seen wearing a blue hoodie with "Pour Some Sugar on Me" logo and legging-style pants with tennis shoes. The release states police are seeking a vehicle of interest. Authorities described as white Nissan Versa with Tennessee tag plates numbered 59BD82. Case left work at Pour Some Sugar on Me sweet shop at approximately 9:15 p.m. Case and another coworker were walking to their vehicles parked a block away, according to the release. The two met an unknown female standing near a parked vehicle. Authorities said the unknown female asked Case if she could use her phone because she was lost and her parents are staying at a condo in Hot Springs, according to the release. Go to the next one.
Well, and basically the other girl said, well, I'll go get my car. She went to get her car. When she got back, they were gone. So, that's what I'm saying about that. Let me see if I can get this news report to play.
That's weird.
That is a weird situation.
A missing teenager has been found safe after an Amber Alert had the whole state on the lookout. Thanks for joining us at 5. I'm Rolly Hoy.
And I'm Marlisa Goldsmith. There are still many questions surrounding this incident tonight. And THV 11's Frederick Price has been in Garland County all day following the details. Frederick, fill us in. What's the latest?
Rolly and Marlisa, family and friends are breathing a sigh of relief tonight now that 17-year-old has been found safe. We actually just spoke with the grandmother, who says earlier, before she got that good news, she was going to be out in the community posting flyers with pictures of that 17-year-old. And she also talked about having a sense of numbness and devastation just because she did not know the whereabouts of her first granddaughter. Now, police say this all happened at around 9:15 last night. The 17-year-old and her coworker were leaving work at Pour Some Sugar on Me shop on Central Avenue in Hot Springs when they say a woman approached them saying she needed help with directions. At that point, the 17-year-old's friend went to a nearby parking garage to get her car, and when she came back, the teen and the woman were gone. Now, police activated an Amber Alert this morning looking for a 2021 Nissan Versa with Tennessee license plates 59BD82. Now, at this time, police are still looking for that vehicle. The grandma tells me the 17-year-old is at a nearby hospital right now, and she tells us she looked, quote, physically fine. Of course, we're trying to hear more information from the Hot Springs Police Department as well as the state police as to what happened. And of course, if you know any information about that white Nissan Versa with Tennessee license plate, you are asked to call Hot Springs Police. We're live in Hot Springs. Frederick Price, THV 11 News.
And her being in the hospital right now, that tells me maybe she'd been raped. I'm just saying maybe.
Well, T.S. Jackson said, could she have had something to do with this since she was released unhurt and no ransom paid?
Well, it could be that when the Amber Alert came out and they put out all that, these people got scared and released her. Why should she have anything to do with it?
Okay, now, you know what about, was there any cameras around in the parking lot or anything?
I don't know anything. They've got the tag number and the car description.
So, yeah, they must have something.
They got something, but her being in the hospital like that, either it's something, maybe either they drugged her or maybe they sexual assaulted her. Let's hope none of that. Let's hope none of that happened, but it's just questionable, and we might know something the next couple of days.
Yes, Gulf Coast girl, she has been found. She was released.
Was found. Thank God she was found. Yeah, and it may be somebody that had a vendetta against her or her family too. I mean, $10,000 is not a lot of money to request a ransom unless you know the family doesn't have any money.
Well, $10,000 sounds like a young person's amount that they think $10,000 is a lot of money. I mean, it is a lot of money.
It is a lot of money, but it's not gonna
change.
Not gonna be a life-changing amount of money,
right? So they could have been. Maybe she broke up with somebody and they getting back at her, or maybe she's has a another girl's boyfriend that's interested in her. Who knows?
I don't know. It was just a very strange thing. I thought, the only way I knew she'd been found was I checked right before we came on, and then they said that. We have another person that is missing. Also, here, HPD in Hardin County. This is out of Kentucky. Sheriff searching for a missing woman. See, I can't hardly read that. It's so small print.
There you go.
Well, no, I thought it was Kentucky. It's Illinois. I'm sorry. Henderson Police Department in Hardin County, Illinois. I don't know where I heard Kentucky.
Right there. It says
yeah,
Kentucky.
Henderson, Kentucky. But then
must be right there on the border.
Yeah, it must be on the border. Sheriff's office investigating a missing person case. Officials said 61-year-old Pamela Winchester had been missing since March 23rd. Winchester, white female, 5'1", 130 pounds, and has shoulder length brown and gray hair. This is pictures of her here.
Okay, chill.
Let me go back to where I was.
According to the press release, Winchester was traveling alone from her home in Elizabethtown, Illinois. We've been there, to Mitchell, Indiana, when she never arrived at her destination. HPD says Winchester called a family member in Mitchell, Indiana around 5:30 a.m. and told them she stopped in Henderson, Kentucky. Police say her vehicle is a gray 2002 Ford Taurus with Illinois veteran tag and was found in the parking lot of Circle K truck stop.
She might have gotten truck with somebody.
This was the last confirmed sighting of her. Police also say her phone has been cut off. Families say they've not heard from her. Winchester was last seen wearing glasses, blue jeans, and a gray hoodie.
And a truck stop area, I mean, she could have very well gotten into a truck. And I'm going to tell you something. I know there are a lot of great truck drivers out there. I've met tons of them, especially in places we have our RV worked on. There's a lot of truckers in there, and I talked to some yesterday. But there's also a lot of truck drivers that have been connected with serial killing on interstates, have been connected with crimes because they just, some of them they're not good people. Or that people hang out in these truck stops that are not good people, and they take advantage of females and maybe alone or traveling alone.
That Highway of Tears up in Alaska is one where they think it's a truck driver.
Yeah, they think it's a truck driver, but he might have been doing that for up to 20 years or so.
Yeah, even longer.
We want to discuss an incident that is some happy news. This boy, and it was on the news, nightly news actually.
Oh, that is great.
This boy, he's got autism. He vanished from California years ago, and he was found alive in Utah.
2 years ago, not years. 2 years.
That's years right there.
I know, it's 2 years.
Okay. But he was found alive outside a convenience store in Utah. It was cold. He was huddled outside of the convenience store. The manager called the police, and they got to questioning him, got him in the car where it's warm, and found out that he was homeless and young enough. They figured out that he was possibly a runaway. California are a missing person anyway. California teenagers who reported missing 3 years ago.
Well, I heard on the news too.
Was found this month sleeping outside a Utah gas station. Police said sheriff deputies encountered is it Connor Jack Oswald? 19. Go ahead.
In the Park City area on April 9th after someone called to report a man sleeping outside a gas station, said Lieutenant Andrew Wright of the Summit County Sheriff's Office. When the deputies arrived, they scanned Oswald's fingerprints and found an arrest warrant for someone with a similar name that was issued out of Nevada in February. Wright said And more research led them to a missing persons poster for Oswald in the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children database. Deputies contacted authorities at Clear Lake, California, where Oswald was reported missing, tracked down Oswald's mother in Idaho Falls, and Wright said leading to their reunification in Utah. That is awesome.
And I want to tell you about this, which I've heard about it, which I don't know if this is where they got it or not.
He's nonverbal. I didn't know that.
No, I didn't either. But supposedly there is some, and I've heard something about this. In fact, we were actually researching a long time ago where that now that they can actually scan fingerprints in the field, and it's hooked up to a database, at least find out if you got warrants or not. And it's some type of, because right now they may have done it at the police department, but to find out who you are, but it sounds like they had something in the field. But like at the police department, they have a machine. Even years ago, it's probably been in existence 10 years, called APHIS, where and we've talked about it before, you put your fingerprints down on a clear glass. They don't do it on the paper. And a clear glass, they take your fingerprints, and within a couple of hours at the very most, they can run you completely across the United States, all of the FBI databases and everything, to find out even minutes. I've seen it actually take fingerprints, and within 5 or 10 minutes they'll come up with warrants on that subject out of another state. So
did you feed the babies?
No.
Okay, that's what's going on.
Okay.
You feed the babies.
She got to feed the babies. But so that's awesome that they did. They did find this child, and I say, he's 19. He's still a child in a lot of ways, but especially the missing son is missing. So yeah, and him being nonverbal, that would be just, some people in some places that don't have the means to find out who he is. He might have just been locked up somewhere, or he might have been just shoot on down the highway,
Well, not only that, but people that are encountering him, other homeless people that are encountering him.
Yeah.
It's amazing that he made it for 2 years.
3.
One news report says 2,
Well,
one says 3, and then one says
years.
If it's in writing. You believe it if it's in writing.
That's right. Absolutely.
Everything you read, you believe.
If it's on the internet, it's true.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, I will say everything I read in the Bible, I know is true.
If it's on the internet, we know it's true.
Not necessarily.
Everything on the internet is true.
Ooh.
Yeah, absolutely.
Don't y'all just love this guy?
Yeah.
He's so sweet. You just can't stand him.
Yeah.
He's just so
I just
sweet.
need to get well. That's what I need to happen. Last night. So can somebody confirm that about Morphew?
You want me to look?
Dina, confirm that.
Confirm that. Well,
charges dropped on Barry Morphew.
Barry? No, he pulled up Barry Manilow. Okay. MORPHW. I'll look latest news. How about that?
Yeah.
He's a free man, the Denver Gazelle says.
Gosh.
Dismissed by the prosecution.
Yep. Did they dismiss it with prejudice or without prejudice?
Let me see. If they dismissed it without prejudice.
Without prejudice, they can refile it. With prejudice, they can't.
Oh my gosh. Okay. After months of uncertainty, including a change of venue, musical chairs with 2 judges, and the dismissal of 14 of 16 expert witnesses, the question of what happened to Chaffee County resident Susan Morphew will not be brought to a Colorado courtroom as scheduled. Barry Morphew, the husband charged nearly a year ago with killing his still missing wife. Where did it go? Come on. Why did it do that? Still missing. Look at that. The Denver Gazelle won't let me read it.
Yeah, you got to subscribe.
Well, I ain't gonna subscribe. So let me go to the New York Post. Maybe I can do that.
They'll let you read a little bit too.
Okay, I'll read fast. Okay. He was set to trial April 28th in the presumed death of
Well, listen, don't everybody freak out about this, because I told you
without prejudice, but prosecutors have granted a motion to dismiss the case without prejudice.
Okay.
What's that mean?
Without prejudice means they can refile.
Okay. That's good. That's good to know,
with
guys.
prejudice, that means they can't. And I knew I talked about this. We predicted this, that they would do that, that they would drop charges, which I think is a good thing, because they got to, when they do refile it, hopefully they can get all of their witnesses.
And maybe they might even find a body.
We did not want him to go to trial and be found not guilty. That is the main thing. We did not want that. And, that's right.
Hey, Teresa Fountain, who's on here, was a good friend of Suzanne's.
Well, we can all pray that she is found, that her body is found, and there's evidence there that can directly tie him to the body. We can pray that, because we know God knows where she's at, guys. Right. God knows where she's at. And we can hopefully and pray that the prosecution will get their ducks in a row, and when they do refile this case, that they are able to get all of their witnesses approved by doing the right thing and following the rules of procedure and submitting all of their discovery to the defense. I'm sure that maybe the FBI or CBI is going to keep a close tabs on him. I'm very sure, so that he won't leave the country. But we all know it'll be refiled. I don't know if it'll be refiled in the next year, but I feel it'll be refiled. And they may wait until, they got a thing called forum shopping, and it's not approved, and it's not what's supposed to happen. But if you forum shop, defenses will do this a lot. The defense will actually forum shop. That means that they shop the right judge, they shop the right district, they shop the right jurisdiction that they hope their cases will be brought up in. So if you forum shop something, but maybe a different judge, maybe a different prosecutor will take this in. I don't know. But it's not a lot of people are going to be mad about this, but I'm not mad about it. I think it's a great thing, because I really felt that he would be found innocent if they brought it to trial currently with only two expert witnesses being allowed to testify. And you're right, they could not refile charges then. He could go out right out the door and say, he did it and nothing you can do about it. However,
he could even tell him where the body is. And
he could do everything. Only thing that could be brought against him would be a lawsuit for wrongful death. But the prosecution looked at it and said, you know what, we can't win this case like this. Let's withdraw the charges right now without prejudice, meaning they can refile it, and later down the road we'll refile the charges when we can get all of the experts in. So, I'm sure they tried to get it dismissed with prejudice, because if they'd done that, the judge, you could never file it again without double jeopardy. So they're not going to do. I'm glad the judge did not allow that to be, because you know he knows that next time the prosecution, if they're worth their salt, will have all their ducks in a row and provide every bit of discovery in the according to that rule 6, I think it was, or 16, that so that they can get all the expert witnesses in there. So he's not gonna, he may live as a free man right now, but this is gonna be hanging over his head that he could be arrested at any time. So with these charges could be brought back in any time.
Okay,
Maggie,
get down.
Maggie. Don't you look at this.
What?
Maggie, you see this?
Look at that doggy. Oh, you can't get her.
I can't get her. She
just
may try to climb.
Yeah.
But yesterday we were going down to the shop to get the RV oil change and stuff like that, preparing for our big trip. And Maggie decides she wants to sit in Medina's lap. So she jumps up there, all the way up in her lap in the front seat of the RV. And then Dina reaches forward to get the camera, and she gets behind her
and pushes
her out of the seat. Maggie. I think she just
we
wants
just
some
got
attention.
some special babies, that's for
She
sure.
just spoiled rotten, wants a little attention. But
Beach Bum says, I know that nose. She said, I know that nose.
Yeah. Maggie, stop now. Stop.
Hey, so remember, I don't think I got any
Good
emails from
Lord.
any of y'all telling us which state you were in or town
Look,
or whatever, so that we could
Maggie, say hey. Say hey, Maggie.
let y'all know when we're getting close to your area and maybe do a meetup.
Yeah.
Y'all might not like us if you meet us in person. We're kind of boring.
Yeah, we actually don't. I haven't sat down and done our route yet because
oh no, not me now. Not me now.
Because I will do it next month though. Listen. Maggie is just.
Can I have an Eskimo? No, I want an Eskimo. Just an Eskimo. Look. Give me Eskimo. Give me Eskimo. Look. Give me Eskimo. Come on. Eskimo. What? Maggie. Give me an Eskimo kiss. Give me. Okay. Maggie, I can't read the questions and we can't do the thing with you up here. You know what I think? Say TS is leaving because you're up here. She said she can't stay and watch Maggie. See y'all next week, she said. Maggie, you're taking up our show. No,
listen,
it's not time.
Huh?
Me and TS are in North Georgia. I'm closer to Atlanta. Y'all know that. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's true. We do know you're. And by the way, we are coming to Atlanta. I've got a cousin, and y'all, we are trying our best to talk them into doing a YouTube channel. And if they do, oh my gosh,
hilarious.
You are going to absolutely fall in love with my cousin and his wife. They are the most amazing couple. Y'all will probably quit watching us and start watching them.
They're amazing people.
They really are, and they're so funny.
They are.
And they're going to do a really cute YouTube channel, and we're going to help them. So we're going to go over to Atlanta and the outside Atlanta, and we're going to get with them and help them get started.
And me and Tony are going to do ours. We just have got to.
Amber
we just
says,
got so much going on right now with here. I got to get well first before I can do anything.
Oh,
but
Lake Superior, I am so sorry. She had to put her puppy down today.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
We know that feeling. Oh my gosh, I am so sorry.
We had a 16-year-old lab. We had to do that, and it's never easy.
No, it's not.
Never,
it's a
never
family
easy.
member.
Yeah.
Hey, Alexandra. Alexandra. I'll say it right in a minute. Amber says she's in Utah, sometimes in Arizona.
We are going to, the way that our trip is going to go, we're going to start in Independence, Missouri. We're going to follow the Oregon Trail up through Nebraska, a little bit into Kansas, over towards Wyoming, come in through maybe Colorado. I'm not sure exactly how it goes. I'm trying to examine it in my head, but we will be in Wyoming and then over to Oregon. In fact, while we're over there, we do plan to go all the way over to the coast of Oregon because we'll be within about 100 miles to Oregon itself.
I don't know why we ain't going on to Alaska, but that's just me.
I'd love to go to Alaska, but we'd probably have to start out in about May, and was something about you got to have vaccinations and all this other kind of stuff to go into Canada. I think so. I mean, the boosters and all that stuff. But then we're going from there. I don't know which way we're coming back, either up towards North Dakota around Glacier and then back, or if we're going to go south through Utah, Nevada, Utah, over there. We're not sure. Depends on how hot it is, because I don't like hot weather anymore. And
Lake Superior says fly to Alaska.
Well, we'd love to do the Alaskan Highway for a number of reasons. We
want to spend a couple of months in Alaska.
For Canada, I mean, I want to see Canada. Canada, they say, is just,
Only place I think I'm going to fly anytime soon is going to be South Korea.
Karen says she's in Utah as well. Where in Utah are y'all? What closest city in Utah?
Because that's where Julie is, in Utah.
Yeah, well, she's up near Craters of the Moon.
Craters of the Moon.
She's outside of near Craters of the Moon. Yeah. Love Wyoming. Wyoming, Montana area is my favorite. Wyoming's my favorite state. It's got the Grand Tetons for one thing. What are you doing?
I'm taking a picture of something because I think that's really crazy. Check out Teddy Roosevelt's National Park in North Dakota.
We've been to
Hush.
I don't know if it's Teddy Roosevelt. We went to Custer. We've been to Custer, where Custer got killed, and we've been to the Badlands. I think that's in South Dakota. We need to go to North Dakota. I got friends living in North Dakota, actually. A boy that's Jack's boy lives in North Dakota. Seth or Josh. Josh lives in North Dakota. But it's nice, even in the middle of the summer. It's kind of cool up there, and it does get warm, I know, but it's still nothing like it is in the South. Last
Y'all,
summer,
it's supposed to be 80 here on Friday. I am glad we won't be here.
It's like living on the sun if you live in the South. I'm just going to say that.
Hey, I want to tell y'all something. They make these iPads to take a licking and keep on ticking. I don't know if you can tell it. Let's see. Where is it at?
She bent her iPad.
Let me tell you what I did. I set it down beside one of the slides and forgot about it. And when I closed the slide, I then opened the slide, and then I closed the slide, and then when I went to open it, I heard a crunching sound, and I was like, "What is that?" And I stopped and looked, and my iPad was crunched.
It bent. I mean, it just like bowed it.
Look, but it's still working.
I mean, you really can't tell, but it's
bad.
It's bowed,
but it's still working.
Yeah, it's unbelievable. It's bowed up. But
Chris said it was a year ago yesterday that since she had to do the same thing as Lake Superior.
I'm telling you, it is tough.
That's one
animals.
Of the hardest things.
Your pups. I mean, they are family. I mean, even my cat up there is looking out the window right now. I don't know what she's got, something on her mind or his mind, but and Gracie's not getting any younger. She's 12, almost 13.
Yeah, Beach Bum, I think I am quality control testing. I thought about letting them know, hey, it took the slide. I mean, it didn't crack the screen or anything. I just knew. I said, well, it's gone, and it's got.
And my iPad's got 4 big cracks running right down the screen. So.
But this is not the first time this one's had issues like this where I I closed it up another time. I don't know.
I just don't want to pay for a new iPad. That's the one
No.
thing. And them things are high.
No new no new iPads. I'll get it out in a minute.
Yeah. Well, listen, continue to pray for me. I've got to get over this, whatever I've got. It's either long COVID or bronchitis. Well, I had bronchitis, but
It could be meanness.
it affects me at night.
What do you think of the Barry Murphy case, Millie Miles says?
Well, Millie, I'll tell you, I think it was probably a good thing that we discussed it before. I think it was a good thing that the prosecution withdrew the charges right now because that they didn't have enough witnesses to convict him, and you don't want to go to trial, get a not guilty verdict. Then double jeopardy comes in, and you can't prosecute him. I don't care if he told that in the middle of the Sunday Times, he could say he's guilty and nothing you can do about it. So I hope that they will prepare a better case and also give all of the evidence they have in discovery the right way to the defense, so that you can get all your expert witnesses in next time. But they'll do it. They'll prosecute him. It's just going to upset some people that don't understand the law. It's going to make, a lot of people are going to think, well, they've just given up. No. If what the prosecution is going to do, because you realize the prosecution has probably spent over $100,000, maybe $250,000 so far to prosecute this case, because they did over 135 search warrants, which each search warrant, there's no telling how much it costs for DNA work, for witnesses, depositions, statements, many hours of investigation. The FBI was involved. They've got a lot of money invested. They're not gonna just let this thing go. They're going to prepare better next time. I just can't believe that they messed up so bad on discovery. And
Thomas, it could be a it could be character building. Just kidding. Seriously, for praying for complete healing.
Yeah. It's been character building, all right. I kept her up last night coughing.
Paul prayed for complete healing, and God said, "My grace is sufficient." Maybe that's what He's telling you.
Yeah.
Chris, our Daisy was a special lab, but and you can't replace a pup with another pup. I guess some people can. I can't. We waited 3 years before we got Maggie,
and Maggie's completely different.
Maggie's completely different than Daisy, and I love her so much. Yeah, Beach Bum, there was Maggie. She had the biggest golden eyes, and then her ears were too big for her head. And I just kept, for 3 days, she kept showing up on my news feed. And finally, I just told Tommy, I said, hey, come check out this. I wasn't even friends with the people that were on my feed with her. I don't know how. All I can say, it was a God thing.
And she's looking at another dog for Dakota, our son, now. And I don't think he's worth that much money, but
Well, we're not paying for it.
Yeah, but still, I don't think it's worth that much.
Okay, so Karen says, in my opinion, it was his lawyers in the ear of the judges.
Well, I don't know. A judge is supposed to be completely independent, and I wasn't there. I don't know. I wasn't there during the whole trial, or the hearings and everything. But just what I read from the hearing, the transcripts, the preliminary hearing, that they did and what I listened to and read the transcripts of, they would have never bound him over for trial where I used to work in the counties I used to work, because I didn't hear any evidence. I heard a lot of stuff that was circumstantial, but it wasn't, in my opinion, it wasn't enough. They need to get down to the nitty gritty. I think they either were afraid to tell what they really had, or I don't know. I don't know.
Hey, y'all, I put on here for y'all to check out some sermons. Life.church is who we listen to when we're on the road. The pastor is Craig Rochelle and Groeschel, and we absolutely love his preaching.
He's a funny man.
He's funny, but he preaches Jesus and only Jesus. His churches, he's got several church plants around, and there's some in your area. Maybe go check him out. He's who I do Bible study with, him and loveisrael.org. Love Israel on YouTube also. If you want to learn from a Hebrew standpoint, that preacher preaches the Word of God, preaching to you about teaching about what it was like in 2,000 years ago when Christ would have walked on this earth. He is a Messianic Jew that teaches. And I'm just sharing that because some of y'all have reached out about us doing a Bible study, and we're still trying to figure that out. I would love to do a Bible study with y'all.
Another thing about Mary Morphew case, I'll see here. One thing is hopefully by the time this is prosecuted next time, they will allow cameras in the courtroom.
Yeah.
And if that can happen, because it does promote transparency, and it does show if there's anybody colluding with anybody else, and it does show that the judge's rulings, the defense rulings, defense putting stuff through and the prosecution putting up stuff. So I think it would be great, but it's not up to me. But maybe, I expect some of the news organizations would file
Freedom of
Information Acts, but would file lawsuits even requesting that the program be broadcast. So who knows? I think only good can come from this dismissal. I don't think anything bad, unless the prosecution just decides not to go through with charges, and that's possible. I don't think it's probable, because they spent tons of money already, and I think they will have a lot of public opinion about get your ducks in a row and come back. To me, right now, it's making the prosecution look stupid, because it makes them look like they don't have people up there that know what they're doing enough to file discovery, to file the way it's supposed to be, and let's prepare this case the way it's supposed to be.
If they don't file that, to me, that's going to be a travesty of justice, the way Michael Chambers' case is.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, I have seen cases, small drug cases, that we have taken and had jury trials on, better prepared, with statements and evidence and everything given to the defense. I mean, I have walked it over myself and handed, all of the evidence. Of course, not the drug evidence, but, we would hand them the copies of all these where we took it to the lab, who transported it, who signed for it, who picked it up from the lab, where is it right now, everything, all the statements we had, all of everything, the people involved, anything to the defense. So that, I know some people say, well, that's not fair. You give all of your evidence to the defense, and then the defense has to give you all their evidence. That's just the way it is. It's called discovery. It keeps everything fair.
Somebody said on here, they say they know where she is. That's what Karen says. So the thing is,
I don't think so.
Well, the thing is, the Bible tells us that God's eyes go to and fro through all the earth, and he knows where everything is. If he knows the number of hairs on our head, he named the stars. God knows where she is.
I don't think the prosecution knows where she's at. And the defense, if the defense does, they can't say because they have a duty to their client to not divulge anything that they tell them. The client can come in there and say, look, I did it and this is where the body's at, and they can't say where it's at. The one case we talked about when I went to law school was this, and this would burnt me up too. They had a convicted guy that was arrested for murder of a small child, and their lawyer had a lawyer, and the parents were begging him to tell them where the child is so they can give him a proper burial, and he refused. And the lawyer knew, but he could not say anything.
That's awful.
Because of the because it would be, he'd lose his law license if he did. So and the reason why I believe that he never told where the body was, because he always thought that he would win an appeal, and if he ever told them where the body was, that would seal his deal. So, but it was an awful case, awful. Do you think she looks like Debbie's the reason you're doing that?
Nope. Mm-mm.
Well, who?
Logan's wife.
Who?
Logan.
Don't know him.
Yes, you do. Kyle and Logan.
I don't
Logan's
know who
wife.
she is anyway. But anyway, we appreciate you being here tonight, and yeah, that's what Ted Bundy did too. You're exactly right. And we just pray that the police find or get some evidence that they find where the body's at, and the body that Suzanne's body is, and that
I pray that
any evidence that would be where they find her at would lead back to her killer. And, that's all we can do.
Beach Bum, you said they stated they did in the documents filed today. That they did know where she was. Is that what you're saying? My prayer is
if they know where she's at, why don't they recover the body?
Okay, my prayer is that Barry Morphew is just haunted in his dreams by Suzanne, and he plays it over and over in his mind until it drives him crazy and he has to confess.
What Beach Film, what do they say in the documents? Or is it on that site? Is it on the county website, that document? Because I haven't seen that. And why, if they know where she's at, why don't they go recover the body? That's another thing too. I don't know. If y'all hear this, the dogs are chewing these bones that we get them. It sounds like they're chomping something. Today said they believe they know where she is, but that there is snow that is hindering things. I'm going to tell you something. If they knew where she's at, even if they had snow and stuff, they would have that place staked out where nobody could get near it right now, and they would use all means possible to recover the body. I'm telling you. So maybe they do, and maybe they'll go for it. But okay, ladies and gentlemen, we'll watch this thing, and we'll watch this case. And
well, if they do know where she's at, somebody better sit on Barry to make sure he don't move her.
Yeah, that's true. We appreciate y'all coming, and we're going to let you go. Please continue to pray that I will recover from whatever this junk is, because it's keeping me up at night and making me miserable during the day. And
if he's miserable, me and the dogs are miserable.
And we hope to see you later. We love y'all.
Bye,
Good
y'all.
night.